Happy Carnival! And welcome to another episode of Tales from the Parade Route. It's kind of ironic today that we're saying the word carnival in the intro because today we have the crew of Carnival's first responders. So, how are we?
We are great. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
And thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, we're excited about Krewes for Carnival.
Yeah, so I know that y'all have been doing it for a few years now. And, I mean, seeing it last year and then seeing the build up to this year of all the different groups that have donated, goods or whatever for the auction.
Yeah.
And, different services and whatnot. So it's, it's really taken on its wings, you know what I mean?
Yeah. This is our 11th event that we're doing. It's really the 13th year, but we didn't get to do it in 2020, and we didn't get to do it in 2021. So we're just kind of making up for our lost time, but we're excited to do it. We do have a lot of silent auction items, like $20,000 worth of silent auction items.
Wow.
So if everybody comes out and bids just a little bit and gets an item right off the bat, got a lot of money for our first responders, and it's good because can't do Mardi Gras without them.
Yeah, I mean, they really don't get nearly enough thanks that they deserve. We try to be vigilant of it when we go to the parade, and the cop who's standing in front of us, or within our block or whatever, we try to go and thank them, or like when we're walking past them on the way home, thank them and say, I know that y'all are giving up time with your families, your wives, your
children,
your children, and to give up all that time, basically for our enjoyment. You know what I mean? Like
to keep us safe.
Yeah.
I
Really?
always like to give them a bit of a hard time. It'd be 2 days left of Mardi Gras. I'd be like, only 2 more weeks. And they'll look at me like, oh no, what's wrong with you? But, then we thank them. But, like we always get beads, to protect and serve that I'll throw to the cops whenever I see them. Or little bags of candy or something like that. If you give them something on the route, they love it.
They love it, yeah.
It's not even much you're giving to them, but, it's just a little treat for them. They've been there for hours, and they can only eat so many bags of Zaps.
Yeah, it's, and it's not just the police officers, the fire department, and it's the EMS, and, all of them. You really can't do any of it without any of them, so... We're happy to do it. So far, we've raised about $700,000 if you go back over all the years since we started in about 2012. So, it started out really small, rock and bowl, tiny little thing, $30 a ticket, and now it's grown to Mardi Gras World and Southport Hall. So it's really catching on, and it's a good thing. And more crews are getting involved, and dance crews, like everybody wants to be a part of Krewes for Carnival's first responders, and it warms your heart, you know what I'm saying? So it really it's a good thing.
Yeah,
it's obvious the reasoning behind it, but like what specifically made you want to start this?
So a long time ago, I was in an all-women's crew called the Crew of Shangri-La.
Okay.
And it started out in St. Bernard Parish, but in 2000 it moved to Orleans Parish, and so we started riding there, and it was right after Katrina. And I don't know if y'all remember that first Mardi Gras, the first parade after Katrina. They put like all the crews together in one big long parade because we refused not to have Mardi Gras. Like, how could we not have Mardi Gras, right? So, Katrina be damned, we're having Mardi Gras. So
that's one of my absolute favorite Mardi Gras, to be honest, because we needed it so bad.
It was great. Let me tell you, as a rider, it was so fabulous because you're throwing stuff out to people, and you're just glad to be on the float, having people to throw to, and they are so glad that you're there. They're thanking you, you're thanking them. It was a big kumbaya kind of thing. Yeah. But Yeah, so right after that, we decided, the crew of Shangri-La decided that maybe we should raise money for the police officers. So we did a thing called Vest for the Best, and we were going to raise money for Kevlar Vest. And we raised like $10,000. And
which is still an applaudable amount.
yeah, I mean, not bad.
Even
right?
even in today's numbers,
Yeah.
that's still a very good donation.
So it was really good because it really gives you that inspiration to go more, So, unfortunately, Shangri-La ended right after that, and then I was in Orpheus, and Sonny Bori, the captain of Orpheus, said, we should do a fundraiser for the police officers and all they do. And I was like, okay, Sonny, I'll help you. He asked me, will you help me? I'm sure I'll help you. So we did it, and that was the first one we did at Rock and Bull. And we were just praying that it wasn't going to flop, right? We were just like crossing our fingers, and all of a sudden we had $30,000, and everybody showed up, and we had a pretty decent silent auction then. The Pelicans, the Saints, they were all very generous in that year, and and so that was also another good boost, right? So then we did it again at Rock and Bull, and then finally we moved off to Fulton Alley, and then we outgrew it. It became so big, we were packing 400 people into this space. So we've just kind of found different homes at different places, but now we're going to go to Southport Hall for the first time, so we're excited about that too.
Which is a great venue. I mean,
Fabulous.
I've seen a number of music shows there, and I've seen a number of live events, and I mean, for instance, just a few weeks ago, the 610 Stompers did their auditions.
Yep.
Over there, and I mean, they had a great turnout.
That was quite a sight.
Yeah.
It's a spectacle.
It was great. But yeah, we're excited about Southport Hall. Lots of parking. You can bring the ambulance in. You can bring the fire engine in. You can bring the parade control, command vehicle in or whatever. It's really, and you have plenty of places for people to park. So
yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah. So.
So what's the event like? I realize it's an auction, but is there any other little sort of entertainment or anything going on?
We have a DJ, we have food, we have beer, we have wine, we have a cash bar, and then we always have the Disco Amigos who are always there to welcome everybody there because, oh my God, they're so great. They're fantastic. And we also have the Dollies there. They help us sell raffle tickets and stuff like that because, who doesn't love the Dollies? God, they're fabulous. And so this year we usually have a dance-off. So we started actually making a competition last year. So this year we're really getting a lot better with it, I think. We have Tara Burkhardt has helped me put it together, and it's really cool. So we're going to have the Streetcar Strutters. Always have the Amelia Earharts. Yeah. Going to have the Nola Lolas, and the Jailhouse Rockers. It's the first time we're having them. Yeah. So we're going to miss the Mandy Milkshakers this year, but we know they're out of town. They can't help us, but they've been great supporters also. So we're going to do a dance-off of those 4 crews, those 4 dance crews, and, the winner gets a big glittered bottle of Chandon. So,
Oh, nice.
Total Mardi Gras stuff.
Yeah.
And and so we have a DJ, and Devin Bartolotta from WWL will be our host, and we're excited about that too because she's a lot of fun. She loves Mardi Gras, so that's kind of what we got going on about the event. We have the big auction. We have a wine pull, which the crew of Allah does. So for $20 you can walk away with a few bottles of wine. We have a photo booth. You can walk around and check out the ambulance. You can check out the fire engine. You can check out the parade command vehicle. All kinds of cool stuff. And this year on the live auction, we have a really cool item. It's on the live auction, not the silent auction now. So you have to be there to bid on it. But Bobby Hebert and Mike Detillier donated a dinner with them at the Silver Slipper, and then you could be on their show.
Oh, wow.
I know. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I really wanted Bobby to get out there and do, how's your throwing arm, because I figured quarterbacks, beads, kind of the same thing you got to throw. But he did donate the show and the dinner, so that should be a lot of fun, too. But
he seems like he's a really good guy, and You know,
Bobby's an absolute kick in the ass. I mean, he is so much fun.
He would be the life of the party, I heard, huh?
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Well,
There used to be rumors of stipulations in his co-host contract to keep him under control.
I've heard those.
yeah.
And we were kind of wondering if we needed to get one of the committee members, maybe to go hang out with him, and
Well, I remember a few years ago, the first year that the Mad Hatters rolled. He was one of the grand marshals, and you could tell when he passed us, and we were still pretty early in the parade. He was having a good time. You know?
He's a Cajun boy. What do you
Right,
expect?
right, yeah,
My
yeah.
gosh, come on,
I caught a pass from him that day.
Yeah.
It was like over the shoulder. It wasn't a great throw by Bobby's standards, but it's really nice catch.
Yeah.
Fantastic catch.
It's a good memory.
I saw him, a good friend of mine, Steve Galler, is with him all the time. So I saw him and said, "Man, you saw that catch?" He's like, "What catch? Couillon or whatever he called me."
Yeah.
I was like, "I don't catch it over my head." I was like, "No, it's in the numbers."
But
No,
yeah,
that's a great item for bid right there.
I think that's fantastic. I have friends that are like, I'm coming just for that.
Yeah.
Said okay, but we have lots of cool things, lots of art, lots of glittered Mardi Gras stuff too, and
Yeah, I saw that there was a ton of the hand decorated things that different crews were donating. I saw one of the hats. I wasn't sure if it was the streetcar strutters or if it was.
it looked like a strutter hat. It did.
Yeah.
Does a lot of
Yeah.
The Booze Cruise float on Tux.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of one of their signature throws, so I wasn't sure which one. But regardlessly, it was a beautiful hat, that anyone would be honored to have.
Yes, and we have some really cool Tux plungers. Just saying, we got a lot of those too. And,
Yeah.
Musa
Yeah, that's
shoes, Themis umbrellas, Clio cups. We have a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's great. Everybody comes together for a good cause.
So, how can people get tickets for it?
So you can go to krewesforcarnival.org and you can get tickets, and you can get them right there online. You can get a sponsorship if you like, or you could email me at krewesforcarnival@gmail.com.
Okay.
And it's K, Krewes for Carnival with a K. And so we would love to have you guys come out. I hope you guys are coming out.
we're coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to bring you up on stage. You
It'd be
could
fun how
dance.
the dance crews would know
Yeah,
us.
right.
I mean, we've become friends with all those guys. I mean, and you see them around. I say guys, but guys and girls.
Yeah.
But we see them at all these events, and we've really just become friends. That's the beauty of Mardi Gras. It's a small community that really does a lot of good to help each other out in all their individual events. Yeah.
I feel-
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I lost my train of thought now.
I was just going to say, I feel like all Mardi Gras are really working on doing good this,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're really all putting our first foot forward here.
Yeah,
so-
seeing the different donations that all of the crews do, not just to this event, but also, like for instance, I was telling you before the show, this weekend, we were at the Mandy's ball over the weekend, and they donated, it was like 25 and change thousand to
Wow, that's
brain
great.
surgery
That's great.
or brain trauma
Yep.
research. So, and I know they're not the only crew that does great things like that,
No, I think that we all do these little hidden things that nobody knows about. Theme
Yeah.
is we stock the pantries in neighborhoods
Oh,
and the
yeah, yeah.
refrigerators. We go around and do that. So, I think everybody does what they can, right?
Yeah.
So, and it all adds up to something big.
And that's one of the things that I love about this show is that when we get to interview with all the different groups, that a lot of people out in the crowds, they think that all that a crew is that Saturday or that Sunday, that whatever day that they roll on, that's their day. That's the only thing that they do. And then they disappear like a fart into the night on, the next day.
You're right.
But I mean, throughout the year, you hear about all these things that these crews are doing, and I mean, it's beyond words of how awesome it is.
Yeah, I mean, look at Toth Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal, right? That's great, and people doing blood drives. It's all good.
Yeah,
It's all good.
I've always been kind of curious as to like the actual economic impact of all the community service done by Karnival Krewes, because I mean it's huge. Really, I think New Orleans would be a different place without it.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
not to mention that we all love going to the parades, but like, year round, a lot of things wouldn't function without all the extra work that people do in the crews as volunteers. It's probably one of the highest volunteer rates, around. Just how many people are involved every day doing something
In the community.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Ferrite goes out and cleans the beads out the drains, I mean,
I saw that just recently.
Yeah.
One of the news stations was showing it just before Francine hit, that they had some of their folks out and about in the neighborhoods.
Yeah. And you just use them to fill the potholes, and it all works out.
Yeah. Yeah, fill up that
Talked
one.
about that last time. Whenever it rains in Lakeview, a lot of times it just looks like glitter rolling down the street.
Yeah.
Because of all the metallics that have come off.
Oh, after the nuclear war and everything, and Earth's just that little blob floating in space, it's just going to still be lighting up from all the glitter that's still there.
Yeah.
I'm just convinced.
Look forward to that.
I know, it's kind when you think about it, it's kind of cool, right?
So, what time does the show start this week?
It starts at 7, and it ends at 10.
Okay.
Live auction goes off around 9:30 if you want to bid on the Bobby Abear thing. So, and then the whole fund starts at 7. So, and it's as soon as you walk in the door. The Disco Amigos are going to dance for you. The Amelia Earharts are going to wave you in, and you're going to have a great time. So.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. So this Thursday, over at Southport Hall, from 7 to 10.
Yeah. Krewes for Karnival.
Yeah, Krewes for Karnival.
First responders. Yeah.
Come out and support it. I'm looking forward to the event. I look forward to seeing you out there and signing out. We'll see you on the route.